What's going on, everyone? Mitesh here, and today I want to talk about the iPhone 12 announcement. And now I'm much more of an Android guy than an iPhone guy, but to me it's always fun to see what Apple is doing with the new iPhones and see what technology that Android has had for years they've just invented for their new phone. So let's talk about the iPhone 12s from an Android user's perspective. All right, let's start off by talking about the fact that there's 4 new iPhones this year. They have the iPhone 12 mini, they have the regular 12, the 12 Pro, and the 12 Pro Max. That is a lot of phones for a company that's used to selling just one model a year with different storage options. And as an Android user, I think it's absolutely great. They've literally got phones from $399 to $1,099 at every $100 price points except for one of them. And as a consumer, it's a great thing to give your consumers choices, even if half of those choices are old models from before. But for the newest 4 iPhones, we have a new design. Kind of. It's now a super boxy finish like the iPad Pros, and to me it looks way better than the previous years, and I really like the new boxy design. The notch, however, is still the same, which is a real shame, as even cheaper Android phones are looking better than the new iPhones thanks to their tiny hole punch cutouts. But of course you do get to keep the Face ID in that notch, but I think in 2020, where we all should be wearing masks everywhere, it's not exactly a selling point anymore. It would have been great if Apple could have put a fingerprint reader in the power button like they did for the iPad Air that they just announced a little while ago. But yeah, Apple has decided to stick with just Face ID, and I think it's kind of a mistake. I mean, yes, the pandemic will eventually end, but I think a lot of people are discovering they like fingerprint readers more than they like Face Unlock. Now, to be fair though, Apple did make one huge upgrade to the iPhone lineup this year, and that's the fact that all of the new iPhones will have high-resolution OLED displays, which is great. So you can finally experience better displays on Apple's more budget-friendly options. I mean, not the real budget-friendly ones like the iPhone SE, you're still gonna get LCD displays there, but the ones that are like $700 and up, hey, you get an OLED display for the first time ever. And you know, that's something you can get on Android for like $350, but let's not beat up on Apple too much. At least they're finally doing some right things. So good for them. Now, of course, it wouldn't be Apple if they gave you all the fancy technology in just one upgrade in a year. They have to save some of that, you know, so that they can time the update so that you'll want the iPhone 13 next year, which of course means that the displays this year are going to stay at 60 Hz and not 90 or 120 Hz, which is common for Android flagships this year. I mean, the thing is, I don't think normal people are going to care about this, but I also don't think normal people care about 5G, but Apple is touting it like it's the iPhone is the first phone ever with 5G built in. Now, they do say the iPhone supports more 5G bands than any other phone, which sounds cool, but once again, how many people actually care about this? I will say people do hang on to the iPhones longer, so having 5G does make a lot of sense for Apple, but I just don't see it as a real feature this year. Like, I don't see a reason to upgrade this year, but next year, if they were to keep these models around, which they probably won't, it's actually a good reason to get the iPhone 12 next year, you know, because you get 5G, which might be useful next year. Now, as for the other announcement, they did introduce one more new feature, and that is MagSafe for the iPhone. What this is a ring of magnets on the back of the iPhone that allows different accessories like the new MagSafe wireless charger to just snap onto the back of the phone and charge it. They also announced some new cases that'll support this feature and even a card holder which will just snap on using the magnets. It's a neat idea, but hardly one I think that most people are going to care about, especially since it's $40 for the wireless charger and the wallet is $60. But I can see a lot of other third-party manufacturers getting behind this, and it will make for some interesting accessories this year, I think. Only Apple could really pull this off. But the only downside of the announcement of MagSafe that suggests to me is the fact that I think Apple will go portless on the iPhone before replacing the Lightning with the USB-C. Apparently USB-C is only good for their laptops, their desktops, iPads, and some Beat headphones now. Now, as an Android user, I don't really care about what port the iPhone has, but it would be nice if for once all phones had the exact same port to charge them. So if your friend asks you for a charger, you don't have to ask them what kind of phone they have because it'll all just be USB-C. It would just be great. But of course, Apple makes too much money off of licensing Lightning to really give that money away, so Lightning's here to stay for a little bit longer until they finally just get rid of it all. Oh, and there are some changes to the Pro model iPhones in terms of cameras. There's now a 4th LiDAR camera on the Pro models, which from the things they talked about really sounds like just another depth camera, like Android phones have been trying to shove in just to say they have a quad camera system. Like, cheap Android phones do this a lot. But I'm sure it'll definitely work way better and will be awesome for some AR demos and maybe faster autofocus in the dark and maybe better portrait pictures, but I don't really see this as a huge selling point for the iPhone. They did announce a new feature where they can now shoot and edit Dolby Vision HDR videos on the iPhones themselves, which honestly is super impressive. But who is it really for? I'm sure a lot of creators want to shoot in HDR, but how many of them want to use the Apple Photos app to edit their videos? Like, as an Android user, or more importantly, a Pixel phone user, I always get jealous of the video quality of the iPhone. That's only because I make videos. I can't imagine normal people would even care about this feature. But yeah, overall to me, it's a bit of a slow year for the iPhone, other than the iPhone 12 finally getting an OLED screen. Which is weird because if you look on Twitter, people are singing praises for Apple as always, and I normally get swept up in all of it and start thinking about that this is the year I'm finally gonna switch to iPhone, I'm gonna get a new iPhone, it's gonna be awesome, but I just didn't feel that this year. But yeah, what do you guys think? Is there anything that Apple announced that was going to get you to switch off of Android this year? Or if you're an iPhone user, is there anything that's really compelling you to upgrade this year other than your phone getting old and slow? Let me know down in the comments. But with that, that's pretty much it for this video. Like if you liked it, subscribe if you guys loved it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.